is more readily achievable in Kartik Mas because Srimati Radharani's mercy. Kartik Mas is also called Urja Vrata, the vows we take during Kartik. And Srimati Radharani is Urjeshwari. She's the deity, the worshipable deity of Kartik Mas, where we make extra special effort to become close to Krishna, to please Krishna, to do extra service for Krishna, service to Vaishnavas, extra japa, extra reading, because what is available at that time is more easily available. Extra reading is also good anytime, extra japa on any time, but during Kartik Vrata, we get special credit. We attract the attention of Srimati Radharani. Who is Srimati Radharani? Huh? Eternal consort. Some people say, oh, Krishna's girlfriend. It's also true in Leela. Because Krishna has his romantic life also. But who is Radharani? She's the Supreme Personality of Godhead also. Just like sunlight and sun. When the sun is high in the sky, we say, the sun has come into the room. You don't even need these lights. The sun has come into the room. But has the sun come into the room? No. Shakti, Shakti Mator, Abeda. There's no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. So what is the meaning to Krishna without Radharani? No meaning. And what is the meaning to Radharani without Krishna? There's a nice story about the Maharaj of Bharatpur. He came to Radha Kund with his whole family, and they're doing Dandavat Parikrama, like we saw people doing around Govardhan. Whole family was going around Radha Kund. So one disciple said to his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, Saraswati Thakur, said, just see how much devotion they have to Krishna. Because Radharani is dear to Krishna, they're trying to please her, to please Krishna. Saraswati Thakur said, no, we have a different idea. Why do we worship Krishna? What do you think? Because he's dear to Srimati Radharani. We're Rupa Nuga Vaishnavas, followers of Rupa Goswami, following in the footsteps of our acharyas, who teach us Krishna, this high form, Krishna Bhakti, love of God. So during this time, this love for Krishna is more readily available. And this is the perfection of life. We don't want just to know Krishna. Jnana, because jnana cannot fulfill the goal of life. Krishna is not conquered by jnana. What does Bhagavad Gita say about that? Speak the words. Bahunam. What does it mean?
It will take many lifetimes to attain Krishna.
Bahunam Janmanam. After many births and deaths, someone who is in knowledge, Jnanavan. Someone who has knowledge, Jnanavan. Jnanavan. Someone who's a wealthy person, Jnanavan. Someone who has knowledge, what does that knowledgeable person do? Mam prapadyate, Krishna says. He surrenders to me. So that surrendering process is more easily available during Kartik Mas. And there are many stories about this. There was a mouse who lived in the mandir. He was a devotee mouse. And he loved to eat that little residual bit of ghee left on diya. So one day he was feeling very hungry, and he was eating one diya that was still burning. And as he's eating, the cotton got stuck in his teeth. You know, his mouse had the teeth like this. So the diya got stuck in his teeth. And as it burns closer to his mouth, he's feeling the pain, and he's jumping with the burning diya, like this, in front of the deity. Krishna thought, oh, he's offering me harati. How kind is Krishna? The smallest thing, even unintentionally offering. And Krishna thought, he's offering me harati. The mouse died took birth in a Brahmin family, and in that lifetime went back to Godhead. This is the power of the smallest thing during Kartik Mas. Imagine if a mouse unintentionally offering a diya to the Lord gets such benefit. What can we achieve by intentionally offering with devotion, trying to please the Lord, seeking His blessing in our life? Because this is the perfection of life. It's the absolute, the goal of life. The prayojana, our prayojana, is to go back to Godhead. When the last breath comes, can you show Yamaraj your MBA, BTech, MTech, MBBA? Is he impressed?
No.
People become very surprised when they meet Yamaraj because he has his tulak, he has his kantimala, he's a Vaishnava. Oh my God, it's the Hare Krishnas again. So he's not impressed with that. Nothing wrong, that's a good thing to have an education. Very powerful thing that will serve you throughout your life. Can you show your bank balance? Pull out your bank goes, Yamaraj, I'm Kurapati, right here, Kurapati, my name on the account, this is the balance. So sorry, come. Welcome, Prabhu. So can you show? Yeah, more. Make some room. Someone wants to join. Somebody wants to join the club.
Allow me. Admit all.
Okay, we good? So Yamaraj isn't impressed with your material assets. And if we pursue bhakti, you'll not have to meet Yamaraj. The Vishnu Dutta, he told the Vishnu Duttas, don't bother the devotees. Even in dreams, don't bother the devotees. So during this Kartik Mas, we also sing Damodarashtakam. This prayer attracts the mercy of Krishna. Just singing this prayer attracts the mercy of Krishna. Damodar. But we should understand the meaning of the prayer. It's a beautiful song, right? Very heart-touching song. But what does it mean? We should understand the meaning. We sing Namam Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. What does it mean? Namam Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. Who can say? You didn't notice I've got a bad cold. That is a sleep. What is that? So what does it mean? Namam Ishwaram Satchid Ananda Rupam.
Offer my obeisances to the Supreme Lord.
He is the Supreme Ishwar, who is formed as Satchidananda Rupa. His form is not like our form. But then he goes on to say, Lasa Kundalam. The Krishna is wearing beautiful kundalas. His face is illuminated by the beautiful kundala. And is being chased by his mother. Does God have a mother? What do you say? Does God have a mother? We read in Bhagavad Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. Sarvasya. I am the source of everything, which means he is also the source of Mother Yashoda. How can Krishna be the son of Mother Yashoda?
God wants them to join their particular son.
Yes, very good, Prabhu. Krishna accepts the role of son to the devotee who wants to love him in Vatsalya Bhava. He has no mother. So on one side there's Leela. Who is Krishna? Supreme Personality of Godhead, Satchidananda Rupa. But what is he doing? He's being chased by his mother. He's committed an offense. His mother, Yashoda Devi, has intense Vatsalya bhav for Krishna. Amongst all Nanda Maharaja's 9 lakhs of cows, she chooses the cows that deliver the sweetest, most flavorful milk. And she feeds those cows specifically the most fragrant, tasty grass to get the very best milk to offer her daughter. She placed that milk on the stove, and Krishna wants to drink from her breast. So she's feeding Krishna, but the milk on the stove that she had put so much effort in obtaining is boiling over. So she put Krishna down. Krishna wasn't happy. He began to pout, and he went into the storeroom and he broke the butter pot. He's famous as Makhan Chor. He would break the butter pot, steal the yogurt, and feed the butter to the monkeys until their belly is like this, and they can't eat another bite. Then he teases Mother Yashoda, just see, your butter's not so nice. Even the monkeys won't eat. So when Mother Yashoda sees the scene, she sees Krishna's footprints in the butter and yogurt. She could understand whose work it is. And she thought, let me tie him up. And she began to chase him with a stick. Thank you, Guru. And Krishna is feeling very afraid. Davamanam means that she's chasing after. Mother Yashoda has a very heavy body. Sometimes we see a picture of Mother Yashoda's skinny, beautiful young girl. Mother Yashoda has heavy body. And she's chasing Krishna, putting great effort into trying to catch Krishna. Who can catch Krishna? The yogis? The jnanis? The karmis? Who can catch Krishna? The bhaktas. Only the bhaktas. Only the bhaktas. Bhagavad Gita says, Bhaktya tanannaya shaktya hamvidam virajana gyatun drashtam chitatvena pravisham cha paramtama. By bhakti, I can be seen, I can be known. You can come back to me by the process of ananya bhakti. Not by jnana, not by karma, not by yoga. Elsewhere, 10th chapter says, Tesham satadiyuktamam bhajatam priti purva dadami bhuti yogatam enamam upayanti te. Krishna has to allow himself to be caught, even by the bhakta. So we should always remember this, that it's not that I'm chanting 16 rounds, I'm following some rules, living a pious life, I'm reading about you, I've become your devotee. Where are you? Where are you? Krishna doesn't have to reveal himself. He's not obliged to our bhakti. We qualify ourselves for his mercy by bhakti. And there's a good example to help us understand this principle. In football, there's 11 guys on the field, is that right? And they're trying to kick the ball and score a goal. And there's 11 guys on the bench. To sit on the bench, you also have to be qualified. You have to attend a practice. You have to develop a skill set to be able to play. But you can't just jump onto the field and start kicking the ball. Am I right? Let's say, get off the field. So bhakti is something like that. Sadhana means, in this example, sitting on the bench. And pure devotional service means you're playing in the game. You can't just decide, I will execute pure devotional service. You have to be called into the game. But to qualify yourself to play in the game, you have to be a practitioner, a serious practitioner of sadhana. You can't just jump into the game. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would say that Krishna is the transcendental autocrat. You understand autocrat? Autocrat means I'm the boss, do what I say, my way, the highway, or get out. Krishna is the transcendental autocrat. And we have to qualify ourselves by bhakti. So what is Mother Yashoda's qualification? She's chasing Krishna. Her body is sweating. Yamamanam, she's running after Krishna with greater speed and she catches him. Because Krishna allows himself to be caught. Mother Yashoda's hair comes undone. Flowers are falling from her hair. She's sweating. She's endeavoring with intense endeavor to catch Krishna. And Krishna said, okay, tie me up. And Krishna thought, let me do something more troublesome. She tied him to grinding mortar. And this was also struggle. Hare Krishna. She collected all the rope in the house, bound it around Krishna, and the rope was 2 inches too short. She went and got more rope. Again, 2 inches too short. More rope. Hundreds of feet of rope. Always 2 inches too short. And all the other ladies of the village are watching Mother Yashoda and laughing, having a very good time, that she can't tie Krishna up. How can you tie Krishna? He has no top, no bottom, no inside, no outside, no front, no back. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Universes are within his belly. How are you going to tie Krishna with a piece of rope? So the rope, no matter how much rope she added, was 2 inches too short. What do those 2 inches represent? Our endeavor, prayas, and
mercy.
mercy. We have to work. It's not that I don't have to do anything. I'll be Krishna conscious when Krishna wants me to be Krishna conscious. Whenever Krishna decides to give me the mercy, I'll be Krishna conscious. In the meantime, I'm going to play, I'm going to space out, I'm going to waste time, I'm going to enjoy sense gratification. And when Krishna wants me to become Krishna conscious, I will be so. Is that right? No. And on the other side, can you just engage yourself full time, working hard, and get Krishna? No. Both things are required. You have to work hard in bhakti to your highest extent. And we depend on mercy. Mother Yashoda bound up Krishna because he allowed Mother Yashoda to bind him up. Otherwise it's impossible. Correct? How can you tie up Krishna? The whole universe is within his abdomen. And you can tie up that? Impossible. Then Rudantam Muho Nitya Jugmam Vijantam Karam Bhuja Yugme Vasakam Kanityam Muhu Shwasakam Patirekam Kakanta Stika Vaivadamo Dharam Bhakti Bhakam. Krishna is standing. Mother Yashoda threw the stick away. How can Mother Yashoda hit Krishna? But he's exhibiting fear. This is Leela. That the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that fear personified is afraid of Mother Yashoda's stick. And Rudantam Mohor Nitya Jugmam Vijantam. He's rubbing his eyes like this, like little kids. He's crying. He's breathing quickly. His pearl necklace is shaking. Mascara is streaming down his face. And this is the scene. When Kunti Maharani hears of this, she says, "Oh, what?" Her mind becomes completely bewildered. To see the scene, because Kunti Maharani understands who is Krishna. She understands here is the Supreme Personality of God. Kunti Maharani is Krishna's Bua. Still, she understands here is the Supreme Personality of God. And when she sees this scene, when she hears description of this scene, where Krishna is crying, his body is shaking in front of Mother Yashoda, she can't imagine this scene. So we're to understand these leelas in terms of tattva also. Tattva and leela side by side. Did we talk about this before? A very important thing. Tattva means tattva vichar, to understand the situation from the point of view of tattva, of siddhanta. What is the absolute truth? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's the source of Mother Yashoda. He's the source of billions of planets. He's the Supreme Controller. But in Leela, he's standing in front of his mother, shaking in fear. To enjoy this rasa, this relationship with the Mother Yashoda. And this is inconceivable to the mind of Kunti Maharani. How is this possible? That God, because people think of God, He's on a big throne somewhere. We have to bow down and be very careful how we approach Him and worship Him with awe and reverence. Chaitanya Charitamrita described that this mood of Aishwarya, worshipping God with awe and reverence, is sankuchita. It makes bhakti shrivel, makes bhakti feeble. Because how can Mother Yashoda chase Krishna and want to tie him up if she sees him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Impossible. It's like when the cowherd boys approached Mother Yashoda and said, "Your son Krishna has eaten dirt." Mother Yashoda said, "I don't think so. I gave him very nice sandwich. Why would he be eating dirt? I gave him sweet sandwich full of jamun, chum chum, burfi, so many nice foods to eat. I don't think he will be eating dirt." They said, "Yes, Maya, your Krishna has eaten dirt." And Krishna said, "No, that the Gopals, my friends, have conspired against me. And Balaram is also on their side. They've conspired against me, and they're falsely accusing me of eating dirt." Krishna, open your mouth, let us see. What did she see? Oh, Brahmandas, universes within the mouth of her son. At that moment, she's not thinking, "He's my little boy." She's her Vatsalya Bhav is Sankuchita, is shriveled. And here, who is this person in whose mouth universes exist? She could see universes, she could see herself, and Krishna standing talking. So her Vatsalya Bhav is shrunken by Aishwarya. So on one side, we analyze things from tattva vichar, other side, lila. What is happening in lila? And if people don't understand tattva, then they'll think, "Oh, these are some fairy stories." Like one devotee's father was saying, "It is impossible that a 7-year-old boy can lift a mountain." Is he right? Yeah. 7-year-old boys don't lift mountains. But let us examine who is that 7-year-old boy. What are his qualities? If Krishna in his form, as Bal Gopal, can create universes, can he lift a little Govardhan? No problem. If he can make the universe, can he lift it? Of course. He can lift billions of universes. What to speak of little Govardhan? So examine tattva. Who is that 7-year-old boy? Then if we examine Leela, it becomes so sweet. That Indra wanted to chastise the Brajvasis. Because he's always doing some rascal thing. Many examples in Shastra. And his pride is out of control. So Krishna wanted to put him in his place. Indra came on Airavata, his elephant, with some Vartika cloud, and we will crush these Brajvasis. We will show them how arrogant they are not to worship me, the mighty Indra. Oh, what happened? There's a problem for Brajvasis. Konteya patijanihi nami bhaktavanashriti. She says, declare it boldly. My devotee never perishes. So Krishna simply lifted the hill. All right, everyone, come. Bring your cows, bring your family underneath Govardhan. And the Brajvasis, when they see Krishna lifting a hill, do they think, "Oh my God, he's the Supreme Personality of God. He's lifting a mountain." And Mother Yashoda says, "Krishna, you've held the hill on your hand for so long. Maybe you should switch hands. Switch over this side." And the cowherd men have their staff. They want to help Krishna. They're pushing on the hill to help Krishna. And then the hill begins to shake. The hill is shaking a little bit. Why? Krishna is looking at the beautiful form, the beautiful faces of the gopis. The hill is shaking. And Balaram, seeing what's going on, is laughing. This is Leela. Beautiful Krishna Leela. But to appreciate it, we should understand tattva. They're not fairy stories. They're not false. Even you remember we went to Uddhav Kund and Govardhan Parakram. They said this is a mythological place. I told the Bajrani, this is not a mythological place. Uddhava is not a myth. Krishna is not a myth. Their relationship is not a myth. This place is not a myth. Change the sign. And yes, I will. We'll see if he changes it. This is the disease. People read Ramayana, Mahabharata, and fantastic stories of Shakti heroes and 10-headed demons. People think this is a myth. Not a myth. Because it's outside of our understanding, because it's something we've never experienced, it becomes a myth. How much have we experienced in reality? With our 2 ears, our 2 eyes, our sense of touch, smell, taste, hearing. How much of reality can we understand? All our senses are extremely limited. Therefore, then our knowledge gathering senses, because unlimited, can only accumulate so much knowledge of reality. Therefore, we refer to Shastra, Shastra Vidhi, to understand what is true, what is false. And Shastra tells us this is the Supreme Personality God, Satchidananda Rupa, Ishvaram, He's the Supreme Lord. And if you worship Him, you will go back to His abode. Such a simple thing. So we sing this song during Kartik Mass to attract Krishna, but we should understand what it is saying to us. Iti driksvadila vilananda kunde svadoshadima jantam akyapayantam kadeshe kageshu bhaktajitatam guna prematastam shatam. This is a nice, in English, juxtaposition. On one side, we're hearing Shatabhati Vande. Satyavati Muni is saying, I offer my obeisances hundreds of times to Gopal. Damodar. At the beginning of the verse, Ananda Kunde, the Brajvasis are drowning in an ocean of spiritual happiness with their friend Krishna. They're not thinking he's God, as we discussed. He's our friend. He's our son. He's our lover. They're thinking Krishna in this way. But on the other side, Shatabhriti Vande, Satyavatamuni is saying, I offer my obeisances hundreds of times to this personality, the Supreme Personality. Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksha Varimva Nachanya Vineham Vareshadapiva Idam Teva Purnaka Gopala Bharam Sada Vimanasya Kimanyai. What is Kimanyai? Kimanyai.
What else? What
Huh?
else? What else?
Yes, what else? Any other thing? What else? I don't want any other thing. Kimanyai. I don't want to go to Vaikuntha. I don't want material opulence. I don't want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to Vaikuntha even. Manasyam Yurastam. I want to fix my mind on Krishna. Because this is the highest happiness. How do saints and sadhus leave attachment to this material world? Because they're enjoying something more. They're getting higher taste. Param Dishkari Vartate. They're getting higher taste. And that is our nature. We're all Anandamayo Vyasa. We're all pleasure-seeking entities. We want to enjoy. It's our nature, nothing wrong. But our disease is we become addicted to enjoying this inferior, uninteresting material pleasures. And you can't have both. You want to enjoy spiritual pleasure, you have to become detached from material pleasure. Just like if you want to light a fire, and you have matches in one hand, a fire in one hand, and water in the other, they're contradictory. If we want spiritual happiness, we have to become detached from material happiness, from the pursuit, the mad pursuit of material happiness that can never make us happy. In Bhagavad Gita, we read the verse, Yehi sansparsa jaboka dukkha yoneya niviti ajantavanta kunteya nateshu ramate guna. Where does unhappiness come from? What does this verse tell us? Where does unhappiness come from?
The engagement of senses with the material things.
Yes, sansparsh bhog. I want to enjoy bhog through senses. Dukkha yoneya. That unhappiness is, this is where it's born. Yoni means place of birth. Dukkha yoneya evate. That our unhappiness comes from this mad pursuit of material happiness. Ajantavanta konteya, O konteya, this kind of happiness has its beginning and its end, isn't it? Every material happiness is like that. What's your favorite kind of prasadam? Sai paneer? Chili paneer? Sai paneer. So if you start thinking sai paneer, yeah, I gotta eat sai paneer. And by the arrangement of Krishna's causeless mercy, you're sitting in front of a plate of hot, steaming sai paneer. And you begin to eat. And you think that you've gone to Swarga. You're doing abhishekam for your tongue. And you begin to eat. There comes a point where you can't eat anymore. Right? But there's two kinds of devotees. There's Bhajanananda Sadhu, who's absorbed in bhajan. And the other type of devotee, Bhojanananda Swadu. Let me eat, let me taste, let me taste, let me taste. And think it over. There comes a point where you can't put any more sai paneer in your stomach. And what is left? Your mouth wants to taste more, but your stomach says, forget it. What is left? What happened? Where did that happiness, the sensual happiness of eating sai paneer, where did it go? It's gone, no? Maybe the taste lingers in your mouth. But Adyantavanta had its beginning, it had its end. Every single material, sensual engagement is in the same category. Has its beginning and its end. And we want anandam buddhi vardhanam, an ocean of unending spiritual happiness. Therefore, sense gratification is disappointing. We want something, we expect happiness from it, it causes unhappiness. Guaranteed. So if we want spiritual happiness, we have to give up our attachment to this world, and the process is we hear about Krishna Lila. Simply hearing. Because hearing about Krishna is very, very powerful. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it stated, Shrindatam Shradaya Nityam Garatascha Sachistitam Kali Nanati Dirgena Bhagavan Vishate Vadi. That if we hear about Krishna with enthusiasm and determination, a very wonderful thing comes. That Krishna manifests himself in our heart. Someone might say, oh, wait a minute, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam, Krishna says, I'm there. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi, I'm there. But he makes his presence known to the extent that you can speak with Krishna in your heart. Paramatma. Have an exchange with Krishna in your heart. Speak to him in your heart. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochaneya santasanaya vidiyesha vilokayanti yamishama sundara vachintya gurasarupam govinda hari Krishna. The saints, Santas Sadaiva, saints are always saying Krishna before their heart. So we get that by hearing. Krindatam Shradaya Nityam, with faith, always Nityam, Granitascha Swachistitam, with determination, enthusiasm. We hear about Krishna, then Krishna reveals himself through our ear. Everybody wants to see God with their eye, right? I say, if there's God, show him to me. Is that very reasonable? They're not being able to see God, does that negate his existence? If we say, show me President Trump. If there is a President Trump, bring him here right now, I want to see him. Will he come? He's just an ordinary foolish man. See, in America, we can say that about the president. You don't get an FIR. You can call him a fool, and a rascal, a dog, and no one will mind. We'll go, yeah, you're right, come on, yeah, speak. So we can see God through our ear, not through our eye. Next verse says, Pravishta Karna Randrena Swanu Bhava Saurarupam. You know Shamalam Krishna Salilas Niyatashara. You know this verse, very important verse. This means that Pravishta Karna Randrena, that through our ear, Krishna takes residence in our heart. Karna Randrena Swanam Bhava Saurarupam. And takes resonance in the lotus ecstatic mood, bhava, in our own heart. Just by hearing. By allowing the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam in particular enter your ear. Dunoti Shamalam Krishna, Salilasya Tashara, and all the inauspicious things within our heart are removed by the process of hearing. Next verse says, what's the next verse? Dotatma Purusha Krishna, sorry, Dotatma Purusha Krishna, Paana, Ringam, the Pillar Dede. Sarva Mukta Sarva Kali Klesha, Panta Swashananamyata. That if when one becomes cleansed like that, when his heart is clean, he'll never leave the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. He'll never leave Bhakti. Because it's his highest happiness in life. He's experiencing directly the highest happiness in life. Mokta Sarva Kali Klesha. He's liberated from all types of klesh, all types of miseries, and Panta Swashananamyata. He feels like I've come home. Prabhupada gives the example of the purport of a traveler who's traveling all over the world trying to chase money. Money, 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 money. Brighter the sunshine, sweeter the honey, money, money, money. Vices at puche. So he's dedicating his life energy to get money. But when he comes and suffering away from home, no good food, no proper place to stay, irregular habits. But when he comes home, Panta Swasha, he feels satisfaction and shelter. So when we come to Krishna consciousness, when we come to Bhava, when we come to feeling, having relationship with Krishna, we come home. And that all happens by hearing about Krishna. So I only got to verse number 4. What is our schedule?
7.
There what?
No schedule, you may hear.
No schedule? Okay, next verse says, Idam te mukam bojam atanta nilan vitam kuntana isnikta raktaisya bhuvya muhushchapitam bimba raptaharamne manasya virastam rakshana. This is the most beautiful shloka. When we hear this verse, we should bring our mind to what it describes. Otherwise, we're just singing a nice song, right? But we should envision. Idam te mukam bojam. The lotus mukam bojam means the beautiful lotus face of the Lord is encircled by locks of curling, dark black curling hair, and his lips are like bimba fruit. The kundu. The kundu, if you leave kundu on the vine, it becomes beautiful crimson red color. This is bimba fruit. So the color of Krishna's lips are likened to that color. And Mother Yashoda is holding him and kissing his face. She is kissing the face of God. Is it possible? It's possible in bhakti. Everyone wants to worship God and bow down before him and is very afraid of him. Mother Yashoda is kissing his face and tossing him up in the air and catching him and playing with him, kuchi, kuchi, kuchi. like you see a mother doing. Where does that maternal instinct, that maternal feeling come from? From Krishna and devotees. Vatsalya Bhav, her love for Krishna is unparalleled. When she just thinks of Krishna, milk flows from her breast. So she's kissing Krishna's face. Krishna is in her arms, and she's kissing the face of Krishna. So this meditation is meant to accompany singing these songs. Not that we just sing them, but we bring our mind to the lila, we bring our mind to the meaning of the songs. Then we feel very happy, just thinking about Krishna in this lila. Kuveratmajo badha mujai vayadvat tvaya muchito bhakti vajo pitocha tata prema bhaktim sakame prayascha namo shriyo vestika mudane. This is verse. Kubera and Mani Griva made a big offense. They're enjoying life in the water with beautiful naked girls. They're also naked, they're intoxicated, and along comes Narada Muni. The girls become ashamed and cover their body. Nala Kubera and Mani Griva, hey Narada! Like tuck it in, dude. They don't bother to cover their own body. So in order to become offended, better that you live like a tree. A tree stands naked, so better you live like a tree. But sadhu is full of mercy. They became trees, but where?
In the courtyard of Nanda.
Courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. What a blessing. What a blessing. So Krishna thought, now you tied me to this mortar because I broke the butter pot. Now I will do something more mischievous. And he pulled the grinding mortar between the two trees. The two trees fell down, and out come the original form of Nanigriva and Nalakuvira. And again, Brajvasis, what happened? Some demon came? Some demon made these trees fall down? The little kids say, no, Krishna did, Krishna did. They can't accept. Like when Krishna kicked over the Shakatasur, the cart. All the little kids say Krishna lifted his baby little lotus feet and kicked over. And the adults were saying, it is impossible. This little child kicked over this heavy cart. They're unable to accept that Krishna for what he is. So he liberated Manigriva and Nalakuvira. And this is very significant for us. Because what is our position in this material world? We're like Naligriva and Manikuvira and Naligriva. Nalakuvira, I would mix. It's been a hard day. My brain is working half speed. So he liberated them from their condition. Is our condition not similar? Where we see a form of a woman like, yeah. Our mind gravitates what? Like, hi, how are you? And we're looking at her breasts. So happy to meet you. And we're looking at her breasts. Man's mind naturally, and this is encouraged and propagated, especially in Kali Yuga. Form of human is used to promote products, whether it's Britannia biscuits or Toyota cars or tires. They use the form of woman to promote it. And it's always a beautiful woman, right? It's not an old woman with gray hair, missing a tooth, overweight, wrinkled. It's always some beautiful, shapely girl. They buy our product. We're constantly bombarded with the form of woman. So naturally, our mind is like that, like the mind of Nalikuvira and Manigriva. So they were liberated, Tata Prema Bhakti, that in the same way, Satyavrata Muni is saying, in the same way, please give me Prema Bhakti. That what is their qualification? To have darshan of the Lord. They had no qualification. They're enjoying with young beautiful girls in the water like a male elephant and the she-elephants in the water. What is their qualification? None. But still, they were recipients of mercy. So Satyavrata Muni is praying in the same way, Tata Prema Bhakti. In the same way, let me also get Prema Bhakti. I want darshan of the Lord. I want to have a relationship with the Lord, even though I have no qualification. This is also important prayer. When you read this verse, when you hear this verse, what is our qualification? Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagyo bhagita. In this age, everyone's fallen. Adama janara bandhu, we're fallen. Atam, fallen persons in Kali Yuga. So how to get liberated? By mercy. So Satyavrata Muni is praying for that mercy. Just as they didn't deserve any, I don't deserve any mercy either. Still I'm asking, still I'm begging for this highest benediction to get prema in this lifetime. What's the next verse?
Namaste. Namaste Sudhama.
Namaste. What?
Namaste
Namaste. Did we skip one?
Yeah, X6.
What is 6-6? Yes, this is also Namo Deva Damoda Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabodhuka Vimana Kripa Dishti Vishtati Dinam Matanu Vihani Shamabhakanam Vidyavidish. Same thing, Kuvera and Majo, the two brothers, Manigriva and Nalakuvira. What did they do? What they deserve to be heavily chastised? But they got mercy from the Lord. They were recipients of highest mercy. Read the translation what's the translation? O Supreme Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. Shower me with your merciful glances and deliver this poor, ignorant fool, immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows, to become visible to me. You want to see Krishna? Want to see him? Can he be seen? How will you see him?
Krishna's presence.
Like Premanjana Charita, when your eyes are anointed with the salve of love. Desham Satade Yuktanam, always engaged in the service. Bhajatam Priti Purvagam, with love, with devotion. What is the reciprocation? Dadami Buddhiyaguptam, I give you the knowledge by which you can come to me. Mahamukhyantite. So they're making prayer. I'm fallen in this ocean. I'm distressed. I'm suffering. Because if we don't understand that, we haven't understood anything. You're young men, maybe a bit difficult for you. You're healthy, you're all happy, digestion is strong, brain is sharp, life is good. Wait until you're 70, 80 years old, then tell me. If we live that long. This is, life means abhyaya. Abhyaya, we're always, life is deteriorating. It's becoming less, not more. Someone asked me the other day, I went through some health challenge, previous health challenge. They said, Prabhu, how's your health? I said, Mataji, I'm dying. And so are you. Am I right?
Yeah.
We're all in the process of death. I've died 71 years. I've lived 71. We say, I've lived 71 years. No, I've died 71 years out of the allotted years that are my life. But we forget that. We're very dull. This point was pointed out in Mahabharata, Vanaparva, Yaksha Prashna, where Yamaraj, in the form of a Yaksha, is quizzing Yudhishthira and asking him, what is the most extraordinary thing about love? Ahani hani bhutani gachanti amalaham. Himastarya. What is more amazing than everything in our experience, every living creature, every bird, every beast, every worm, every devata is dying, but we think, won't happen to me. I'm good, won't happen to me. Is this not insanity? We live our life like we'll never die, that we'll never have to meet our own death, and be able to have something to show for it. Because what does life mean? But what you give to Krishna is our asset. What you've done is spiritually is our asset at the time of love. Not what you have. Your bank balance, your family, your car, your flat, your education, your position in society. Doesn't matter. Everyone dies the same. Everyone leaves this world the same. Everyone's destination, at least in Hindu Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, is the same. What is your future? Your body's going to be sitting in a stack of wood. Someone's going to be lighting the fire, and people are crying. Am I right? That is your future. That is my future. But we forget that. We think life is good. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to go out and get a nice job, find a pretty girl, get a flat, get a car, enjoy life. No problem. The problem is it can't last. And unless we become Krishna conscious, you'll come back again and do the same thing over again. Guaranteed. So why? Why not become Krishna conscious? Get the car. Get the girl, have a family, no problem. Don't leave Krishna. Don't leave spiritual life. Because if you do, then what is the difference between your life and the life of an animal that never inquires into the nature? The first aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jigyasa, that now is the time to inquire into the nature of absolute truth. Do we see a horse reading Bhagavad Gita? a cow reading Bible, a pig reading Quran. No offense, Salam alaikum. Do we see that? No. Because they have no self-awareness. They have no sense of self. They can't ask, who am I? They can't ask, why? Why have I come? Who is God? Who am I? What is the meaning to life? They can't ask these essential questions. So what is it? What is a life devoid, a human life devoid of the inquisitiveness? Is animal life. So no matter what you do, don't leave Krishna, and your life will be perfect. Grihastas go back to Godhead, brahmacharis go back, sannyasis, everyone goes back. Our objective is the same. We all want the same thing. But that's available by Krishna Bhakti. Mami Partha Vivashrita Yepishu Papa Yonaya Sriyo Vaishastata Shudras Tepiyanti Paramdi. Tepiyanti, everyone goes back to God, and whoever takes shelter of Krishna. There's no consideration of Varna, there's no consideration of ashram. Just who takes shelter of Krishna? Who makes Krishna first in their life? Vihitako, Vanitako, Sadhari Bodhidako. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. My mind, my body, my home, Yokichu more, whatever little bit I call my own, Arpi Tua Pade Nandakishna. I offer to you, my dear Lord, I offer everything to you. Is he going back to Godhead? Is Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the deep, dark well of Grihastha life? No. Grihastha life is what you make it. Brahmacharya life is what you make it. Spiritual life is what you make it. So no, whatever you do in your life, don't leave Krishna. And remember this prayer, that we've fallen in this Kali Yuga, and we need to get out. So last verse. Namaste Sudhamne Spuradipti Dhamne Tvadeyo Dharayata Vishwasya Dhamne Tvadeyo Namaste Adhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Dantalilaya Devaya Tushya. So Satyavrata Muni is offering his obeisances to the Supreme Lord, to his Leela, to the rope. Why the rope? What kind of rope is it that can bind the Lord? Is it an ordinary piece of cotton or hemp? No, it's Bhakti Bandham. It's a rope that can bind the Lord. So he's offering his obeisances to the effulgent rope that bound the belly of the Lord, in which the whole universe is situated, not an ordinary rope. Then he's offering obeisances to Srimati Radharani. Namo Radhikaya. Because this is Urja Brati, she is Urjeshwari. And the objective of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is to please Srimati Radharani. We pray, Radhe Vrindavanadishe Karuna Amritabhahini Kripaya Dichapadamja Dasyam Vajram Pradiyatam. O Srimati Radharani, you're an ocean of mercy. Please give me little service at your lotus feet. This is the highest objective, the highest prayer of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. To engage in the service of Srimati Radharani, who is engaged in pleasing Krishna. Give me some service, give me some occupational duty, some service in Goloka. Because you can't get it without the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And how does that come? Through her representative. Can we approach Krishna directly? Can you approach Srimati Radharani directly? We approach through her representatives. Guru, Tulsi. We approach through Tulsi. We pray every morning. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ayavilas. Some people say, no, you ISKCON people are all neophytes. Best you can hope for is to go back to Godhead, go to Vaikuntha, and worship Lakshmi Narayan. Is this our prayer? Lakshmi Narayan Seva Pavo Ayavilasi. No. Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ayavilasi. The original Lakshmi, the original Narayan, Radha and Krishna. Anyway, Dhanadara Shakti Radha Gata Seva Adhikara Diye Koro Nija Dasi. Shakir Anugata, what does it mean? Shakir Anugata.
Yes. So what is exactly Sakya?
A follower of the Sakis. Who are the follower of the Sakis? Manjari. This is a very top class song. And Prabhupada instructed every ISKCON devotee in every temple all over the world. The Africans are singing, the Chinese are singing, the Americans are singing, the Japanese, the Chinese, everyone's singing. Koroni Jadasi. Very esoteric song that we should meditate on. Know them again, know the meaning of the song we're singing. And I want your adhikar. Please give me the adhikar to serve Radha Krishna. Because we don't have it now. Can we approach Radha Krishna in the conditioned stage of life? No. Prabhupada said we worship in our temple, we worship Radha Krishna in the mood of Lakshmi Narayana, with all reverence. Can the Pajari walk up, plant a kiss right and go, Mwah. Mother Yashoda's kissing your face, I'll kiss your face too. Mwah. The coward boys are snatching food from Krishna's plate, from his own hand. Krishna's ready to eat big bundi laddu. The coward boy comes and snatches it away. I'll eat that, thank you. Can the Pujari do that? You're ding 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 ding, one for you, Krishna ding ding ding, one for me, one for you, one for me. You cannot. This is Ragamar. We worship Krishna in Pancharatriki Vidhi given to us by Narad Muni. How to approach Krishna, how to come close to Krishna, how to worship Krishna, how to remember Krishna. Manmana Baba Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namasturu. This is a process. That's exemplified, deity worship exemplifies this verse in Bhagavad Gita. Manman, what is Radha Radhikar wearing today? Baba Mad Bhakto, become their devotee. Manjaji, offer something, worship them. Namaskuru, offer your pranam, your dandava. So this is the process to become engaged under the shelter of Srimati Radharani and her representatives. Because Tulsi Maharani was given jurisdiction of all of Goloka. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur sings in one ashtakam. He said, Samasta Vaikuntha Shiromana Shri Krishnasya Vrindavana Danyadami Data Adhikare Vishabhanu Sutta Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam. Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam. We offer very respectful obeisance to the lotus feet of Srimati Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani. Samasta Vaikuntha Shiromana Shri, the topmost planet of all the Vaikuntha planets, is Goloka. And who has been given jurisdiction of all the activities in Goloka? Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Maharani. So is she a plant? Are you worshiping a plant? I think she has leaves and bark and flowers and fruit, roots, seeds, cellulose, chlorophyll. Is that all she is? She's a plant. But is that all she is? No. Be careful. We have spiritual vision. Develop your spiritual vision. That this living being, this great devotee of Krishna, can bless you. Radha Krishna Seva. Bhava. Give me this not empty prayer. She can bless us, to give us a place. This Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi is orchestrating the whole Nikunja Leela. How the wind will blow, what fragrance it will carry, what flowers will decorate Srimati Radharani, what jewels, what ornaments, what dress, what color, what sweet will be offered, what incense will be offered, what sour, what pungent, what sabji, everything she's arranging Radha in the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. So we ask, please engage me. In the same way we expect to be engaged by Sri Guru, who is representative of Srimati Radharani. This is all important principle. So this is why Satyavata Muni is mentioning it, Nama Radhikaya. At the end, when we eat, we save the sweet for last, right? So we're saving the sweetest thing, Srimati Radharani, for the last of the Lord prayer. And please, I want to serve you. I offer my obeisances to you. Please engage me in the service of the servant to the servant to the servant of the servant of Krishna. Gopi Bhartu, Bharakamala Dasa Dasa Anu Dasa Anu Dasa Anu Dasa Anu Dasa ad infinitum Anu Dasa. So this is a very wonderful prayer. During Kartik Vrata, make a little vow. Chant one extra round, chant 4 extra rounds. Restrict your eating habits, restrict your sleeping. Not for the sake of doing austerity, because austerity will never give you bhakti. Bhakti is not the product of austerity. Bhakti is produced by bhakti. I try and have this mood that during this time, I want to try and give more. I want to be better devotee. I want to read more, chant more, hear more, associate more, be a better devotee. Trying to attract the mercy of Srimati Radharani, Vijayeshwari, Srimati Radharani, Vijayeshwari Bhakti Devi. And mercy will come, no doubt, because we're beggars. We're simply beggars. Krishna say Toma, Krishna say Toma, Toma no Shakatiyati. Amito Kanga, Krishna Krishna Boli, Dai Tamakashika. We're simply running after Sri Guru chanting Krishna, 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 begging mercy. Because this is how we get it. Not from Krishna directly, not from Radharani directly. We get it from their representative, servant to the servant to the servant. So devotee has Kripa Shakti in the Lord. How do you get Krishna? From devotee, not any other way. So please have a very wonderful Kartik Mas, Kartik Vrata, Purja Vrata. Make progress, be happy, be toppers, be the best you can be best student you can be the best devotee you can be, and fly high in your life. Go high in your life and be happy. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any comment or question? Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful lecture.
I should say yes, Prabhu. He's very wonderful devotee. I respect this devotee a lot.
Like we all heard in our board and retreat, most of us were there. Almost everybody was there, and we took some vows also for this Kartik. But right now things are going good. We still are they are still pumped up from that. But with the passage of time, these things get second. How to keep that enthusiasm so that we can keep the weather throughout the month.
Go on Harinam. Go on and Harinam. Just slap in the face of Kali Yuga. Give Kali a big slap in the face. Go on Harinam. Like we opened this beautiful temple. Anyone was there? Ludhiana temple opening? Nobody? Such a beautiful temple. Huge temple. Radha Gopinath. I was there maybe a year ago. The temple room was a construction zone. And they took me in through the back. I get lost inside the temple, it's so big. So they took me into the temple room. I wasn't expecting to be in the temple room. We walked in like, wow, 2,500 people could fit in the temple room. 2,500 people. And it was pretty much full. You were there, bro? All the devotees chanting, dancing with their hands in the air. Opening temples. We're opening temples in Kargar, near Mumbai, in Dwarka, in Rohini, Kurukshetra, all these big temples to give Kali a big slap in the face. This is the power of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you'll find to go out on Harinam Sankirtan is very, very enlivening experience to chant Krishna's name in public and put your faith, exhibit your faith publicly. Are you ready to be seen in your dhoti kurta in public chanting Hare Krishna? It's very faith increasing because then you're immediately immersed in an experience where you're chanting the holy name and you're seeing material energy side by side. Blissful chanting and this material energy right in your face. This grinding traffic, and people like cutting each other off and yelling and shouting and honking. In America, if you honk at someone, you can get shot. Did you know this? People in America, they don't drive with their horn. Here in India, everyone drives. If your horn is broken, you can't drive anymore. Right? They made a bumper sticker in Los Angeles, California. You know what a bumper sticker is? Bumper sticker. bumpers that rear bar in the back of a car. There's a piece of vinyl with a slogan written on it that sticks onto the bumper. So they made one that says, "I'm sorry, don't shoot." Because if you honk at someone unnecessarily, if someone cuts you off, or they do some maneuver that disturbs you, and they go, bam! It happened. It's called road rage. For people that are immersed in modes of passion and ignorance, who shoot you for the smallest thing. Sorry, don't shoot. So Harinam is a very wonderful thing. I don't know if you're able to do it.
Day after yesterday,
Pardon?
day after yesterday, on Saturday evening, we joined with Harinam.
Okay, good. I find it very enlivening. That was our service when we were young devotees. We go out, and you're getting such wonderful education by the grace of senior devotees. But my education was, here's a book bag, we're going on a book distribution. They shave my head. Okay, tomorrow we're going on book distribution. Okay, let's do it. And you learn very quickly how to defend yourself philosophically and physically, I might add. People would attack the Harinam program. Happened many times. Wild, wild west. So think about going on Harinam. And you can read also Govardhan Leela. Bring your mind, beautiful Govardhan Leela. Because what makes it such a special place? Giriraj Govardhan. Because that Leela happened there. The dust of that place is sacred. Giriraj Raj. The dust of Govardhan. Very sacred place. Govardhan supplied so many wonderful things for Krishna's happiness. Caves and water and fresh grasses for the cows and fruits. And remembering Giriraj, we also get mercy. If you think for a moment, like we're sitting here, bring your mind to remember the experience of being at Giriraj, at Govardhan. Don't you feel happy? Just remembering Vrindavan and Govardhan. So bring your mind to Govardhan. We become unhappy because our mind gravitates towards Facebook, to Twitter, YouTube, what else? All this social media.
Instagram.
Huh?
Instagram.
Instagram, yes, Instagram. WhatsApp, TikTok.
Banned.
It is banned in India.
Huh?
Banned in
Banned in
India.
India.
Banned in India. We see how up to date I am. Actually, there's a funny story. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj used to go around preaching in colleges. He had a van, and he'd move from one college to another and give lectures in college classes. So in one lecture, he was saying about how horrible the Vietnam War is, that the war in Vietnam has to stop. People are losing their lives needlessly. This is ridiculous. What is America doing in Vietnam? After the lecture, he said, "Any questions?" Someone raised their hand. "Maharaj, Vietnam War was over 3 years ago." This wasn't reading newspaper. He had no newspaper. He said one time, I lived in New Vrindavan, there's Nandagram. There's a very remote original farmhouse. There's a community down below, up on top of the mountain, Nandagram. And brahmacharis live there. He said, for 4 years, I only saw 4 women. Jai Shri Shri Radha Radha. For 4 years, I only saw 4 women. Mother Cow, Tulsi, Subhadra, and Radharani, I guess. Radharani. Yes, Radharani. So he's a very transcendental personality. Any other questions? Is that okay? I don't know what else to say. I feel the most happiness on Harinam. So if you've never been on Harinam, public Nam Sankirtan, go. Don't believe me, experience yourself. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for this amazing lecture. We generally read Prabhupada rules on a daily basis, like as a casual activity that we have to do to complete our quota. But I feel that I do not absorb that much amount that when I have to prepare for a class, like I have to deliver on one sloka of Bhagavad Gita, then I absorb too much. But on normal days, it's like okay, science of soul and rest other things. How to get more absorbed in
We have to be present. We should be mindful in our reading. Because sometimes I'll catch myself, my eyes are reading the sentence, but my mind is somewhere else. What I'm reading doesn't register in my mind and intelligence. I have to be present. That now I'm reading Prabhupada's book. Before you pick up the book, you fold your hands, offer obeisance to Prabhupada. If you're reading Bhagavatam, the Veda Vyas, Shukadev Goswami, Maharishi Pariksit. If you're reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, to Krishnadas Kaviraj, and pray for blessing to absorb what you're reading. To be mindful. This is something we can learn from Buddhists. Of course, their mindfulness is completely useless. In America, they teach a mindfulness course. And they all go to the park and they just wander around. Wow, birds, sun, grass, wow, the park. Or they give you a raisin. They put a raisin in your hand. And you're supposed to meditate on the raisin, be mindful of the raisin. Like, wow, it's a raisin. It's brown and wrinkled. There's a little divot on the end. That must be where it was attached to the bone. Wow, raisin. You put, oh, it's sleep raisin. I mean, we laugh, but there's something to it. We should practice mindfulness. Mindfulness in japa, where our mouth is saying Krishna and our mind is with Krishna. We're reading Bhagavatam and our mind is with Bhagavatam, not somewhere else. Don't just read it, your eyes are moving through the sentences, but you're not absorbing anything. Another tip, read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam with the idea that the day will come I have to teach this. When you teach it, you learn it more completely. And that's a fact. I'm an old man, how long can I stay here in this world? You're all young. You will sit here. And people, young devotees will come to you and you're expected to teach them. Are you ready for that? Yes? Maybe? Are you ready for that? Yes, Harimo! Harimo! Because that day is coming to you. I'm talking to the future leaders of Islam. Future sannyasis, future CEOs of huge businesses, fathers of amazing children, gurus. Many of you will have disciples in your lifetime. Am I wrong? Who else is going to do it? Guy on the street? It's the devotees that are being trained today will lead this movement. It's a huge responsibility to society. Because what other hope is there for society? The Krishna consciousness. Who will teach it? Whoever takes the time to learn it. Who is the guru? The perfect disciple. Be a perfect disciple. Follow, don't cheat. Become qualified. And help your fellow men. Your country is going to hell, like every other country. And it's the saddest thing because this country has the most to offer the world. Srila Prabhupada said that India is the hope for the world. Did you hear me say that in Govardhan? No? Prabhupada said India is the hope for the world. Your country is the hope for the world. This is the land of Krishna, the land of Rama, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Rishabdev. All the avatars came here. Bhagavatam, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Gita, all come from this country. Highest knowledge is available in this country. But what is happening? People are rejecting this highest knowledge and lifestyle like it was a piece of trash. Like you're going to college, right? If you wear this dhoti kurta to college, well, people will fold their hands and say, "Oh, sadhu, please accept my pranam. You're sadhu." They'll laugh at you, no? They'll mock you. In India, this is going on. Bharat, were your forefathers wearing jeans and Nike shoes? Did they have a girlfriend? People mock this culture of saintliness, of a dedication to God and Shastra for the service of humanity. It's the most painful thing for Videshi Vaishnavas like myself, who have so much respect and love for your country. I left my country. Your country is my country. I've lived here 5 years now. I'll die in India. I have no intention to ever return. I mean, I'm a servant of my guru, but I have no interest to return to America. Because there's so much work here in your country. Because India is the hope for the world. Because it's this knowledge that can save the world. It didn't appear in England, in Paris, in Australia, Mexico. This knowledge is from here. Bharatiya Sanskriti can save the world. And you're the hope of the world, because hope of the world means what? It means people. It's not just some phantasmagoria, some effulgence, some concept, ill-defined concept, amorphous concept. It means the people of India are the hope of the world. That means you. It means all of you. So you're making a plan for your life. Okay, I need to graduate from college. I have to get my degree. I want to get a job. I want to get settled in life. Okay, that's fine. But it's short-sighted. What do you want to be doing when you're 60 and 70 years old? You want to still be deciding whether you want to get married or something? You understand what I'm talking about? Make a long-term plan, not a short-term plan. Short-term plan, no problem. But make a long-term plan. Where do I want to be when I'm 60, 70 years old? You want to be teaching? Helping your fellow countrymen? Somebody has to do it. Who else is going to do it? It's all of you. The cream, the intelligentsia of your country. If we catch the class, the mass will follow. To capture the attention of the mass is impossible. Too much diversity. We want to capture the class. You have to capture the class. The thoughtful people. We have the brain to digest what we're teaching. Jagai Sankirtanas Yanjanti is Sumedasa. Who are Sumedasa, who have sufficient brain capacity, brain substance to appreciate the value of Nam Sankirtan. That is so important that God Himself comes to teach it. He comes to teach it, He comes to practice it and relish it. That is Harinam Sankirtan. Yuga Dharma, the means of deliverance for this age. The chanting Krishna's name. Other question? Yes, Prabhu. Okay, beautiful.
So many a times, like we are focused, like we are also, trying to build our careers, and in that process, what happens that we are not able to attend all the programs of related to devotion. We are able to attend only some of the programs. So how we should like balance this?
Well, you answered your own question. You have to balance. Your first priority, because you're here, going to college, is to graduate. First priority. If you have to adjust your devotional schedule to prepare for an important test, an important exam, adjust your devotional schedule. But don't lose sight of the goal of life. If you lose sight of if you become overwhelmed with your career, what happened to Krishna? Your career can help you at the end of life. Live, work to live. Don't live to work. Do you understand the difference? Prabhupada would say, have a comfortable life, but don't have a luxurious life. I worked in jewelry industry for 20 years. For $350,000, you can buy a platinum watch with a gold bezel and diamond and gold bezel. $350,000, $3.5 lakhs. What does it do? It tells you what time it is. For 350 rupees, you can buy a cheap watch that does the same thing. So you don't need to drive a Mercedes. Get yourself a Toyota, Honda, Maruti, whatever. Get some wheels. If you need a car, buy a car. Be comfortable. But there's a point where comfort becomes luxurious living, which is useless. That money can be used. How are we building these huge temples? By the thoughtful understanding of very prosperous, generous Grihastha devotees who understand that what is the difference between 10 lakhs and 10 crores? I can be happy with 10 lakhs. Why should I? Okay, take 9 crores. 9 crores, 90. And let's build a temple for the lasting benefit of humanity. This Ludhiana temple, such a beautiful temple. Generation after generation after generation of people will go there, be inspired, take up the process of Krishna Bhakti, and go back to God. Such an extraordinary contribution to society. So if you're meant to have prosperity, money, you will get it. If you're not meant for it, there's nothing you can do to make it happen. You can't get more in life and you can't get less. So do your career, if that's your calling. Be a brahmachari. Give your whole life to Krishna. If you're able. This is for, if you have sufficient sukriti, sufficient purva punya, to give everything to Krishna, your prana, artha, diya, vacha, shreya, acharanam, sada. Give your whole life. If you can't give, then don't leave your responsibility to help your fellow men. Do your career, but balance, make priorities, prioritize your life. Does that answer your question? Prabhuji, any questions? Please accept mine. You came to serve my Guru. How much affection and love I have for you. You have to speak up, please.
We are talking about being mindful while reading, right? So, likewise, could you please share some personal practice that you are doing to become mindful while chanting, the mood of chanting?
Yes, we must be. Because what we usually do, our mouth is going Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Our mind is going Maya, Maya, Maya. Right? Your mind can be thousands of miles away from Krishna. But your mouth is going Hare Krishna, and you're pulling beads. The struggle of japa is to bring your mind to hear Krishna, to hear Rama, to hear Hare Krishna. This is the struggle. Because if you're not hearing, how can you remember? If we're hearing properly, then we remember. Nam, Gun, Rup, Parikar. We remember His beauty, His form, His mercy, His power, His all-pervasiveness. Our mind comes to Krishna. This is japa. Not just allowing your mind to wander. Yato ito nischalati manas chanchalamastira. Tatastato yamyata atma eva vashamnaya. To whatever, wherever your mind wanders, due to its flickering and unsteady nature, once you bring it back under control of the self. Over and over again. This is the process of japa. Not an easy thing. So mind does not like to focus on one thing. Astiram, chanchalam. But this is the process. Mantra yoga, we can say, to bring our mind back to Krishna. That's japa. That's our meditation. That's our service. When you're serving Krishna, remember this is for. Who am I serving? Why am I serving? Again. Other questions? Comments? Corrections? I've become old, my brain is feeble, I'm half dead, so I probably make some mistakes. But you're so kind, you're not bringing it to my attention. Yeah, but I can't sing. You sing. I like to sing, it's one of my very favorite songs, but I can't sing.
We will thank you and I will chanting.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
First we will do Damodar Ashtam and then take care of Krishna. So we can face towards the Lord.